Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel called y'all, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, so my brain is not firing on all 8 cylinders just yet. This is Turning the Page with Jennifer, or Jennifer Turning the Page, and I'm Jennifer, and we are going for a walk this morning. Lighting is not especially great because the sun hasn't come up yet, so I'm depending on street lights. At this walking path where I am, and was a big rain last night, so there's a lot of mud. I'm gonna have to watch where I'm walking. Occasionally I'm going to be in the dark like I am right now. The lighting is just kind of intermittent. So, see, more light. There we go. But this is, right now, with the way the weather has been, this is about the only time of day when you can stand to be outside, because we've had temperatures in the upper 90s. Which is, I'll have to say, that's not unusual for where I live to get up into the 90s in the summertime, but the level of humidity that we have had this summer has just been off the charts. And that humidity, don't ask me to tell you exactly how it works, but it so compounds the heat that it makes it feel like it's way up into the hundreds. Yesterday afternoon wasn't as bad. We had a heat index of 103. The afternoon before that, we had a heat index of 110. Okay, so it has just been, and especially if you are not in the greatest of shape, like I'm not, I'll admit it, or, you know, if you're susceptible to the heat for some reason, it just makes it impossible to try to get out, or at least it makes it dangerous to try to get out in it. And at best, it makes it incredibly uncomfortable. So I decided that instead of trying to walk in the afternoons, I was going to try to do this early in the morning before I have to, you know, get ready for work. So got up at 4:30 this morning, and it's about 5 o'clock now, and I've got the dogs with me, and here we are, we're walking. It kind of bums me out because this is not, I mean, this is a great place to come walk, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that this is available in the little community I live in, but it's prone to flooding down here, and we've had a lot of that earlier this summer. We had quite a bit of flooding around here. And so everything has been kind of washed over with a layer of silt and mud. And now when it gets just the least bit wet, the mud gets real slick. So I'm going to kind of have to watch where I'm walking. And hopefully I won't fall down. Because I've been down here, walked in the mud before, and yeah, it threw me down. So we'll just have to see. But it's about 70 degrees this morning, and the humidity is comparatively low, and so it feels really good out this morning. It would be great if we could see not sunshine necessarily, but at least that glow in the eastern sky, you know, where the sun's about to come up. But sunrise is set for like 5:50 something, and we can't stay out here that long because we've got to get ready for work. So we'll be heading home in about 30 minutes, and we will not get to see the sunrise, so unfortunately. So let's talk a little bit about this GLP1 journey that I'm on. this journey is turning into something that I sort of expected and sort of didn't expect at the same time. Ooh, there was a patch of mud. So I'm just going to be honest with you. I have a really terrible relationship with food. And when I get really stressed, even whenever it's like subconsciously stressed out, I can tell because of the way that I interact with food. And so school has started back now, and I'm back teaching again. And I don't care what any of you think out there in the comments section. Not that I've got a lot of followers or have a lot of people commenting or anything, but teaching is a very stressful job. And a lot of it has to do with the interaction that you have to have with people other than students. I mean, honestly, if all I had to do was teach, it would be wonderful. But there's a lot more involved than just teaching. You've got other faculty you deal with, you have your administration you have to deal with, you have parents you have to deal with, and so it can really get really stressful. So yesterday afternoon, something happened, and it wasn't a big deal, you all. It wasn't anything that was a big deal. It really wasn't. But in my subconscious it was, and it massively stressed me out because I binged ate last night on sweets, and I shouldn't have. And I know I shouldn't have, and I'm actually like paying for it this morning. Like, I've got some of the worst heartburn and those sulfur burps, and it's because of that. And while I haven't been gaining any weight, I know that it's because of those instances when I do that the scale's not tipping downward either. It's causing me to maintain rather than lose. Come on, girl, we gotta go. I'm walking my dogs, by the way. I'll show them to you in a few minutes, because they're adorable. But so anyway, that's something I've got to conquer. I've got to look into how can I deal with stress in a way that doesn't involve food. But I want to take you back just a little bit to where this all started, or where I think it started. And this is like a cautionary tale to parents out there, which I don't think this is as much of a thing nowadays as it was when I was a kid growing up. But you know, I was born in the 70s and grew up and was a little kid in the late 70s, early 80s. And back then, I don't know if it was everybody, but I know it was kind of a cultural thing that, you know, you didn't waste food. You cleaned your plate. If you got food, you ate it. And parents were really big on, you know, clean your plate, eat your food. And I have memories of, and please, what I'm about to say, don't take this as though I'm showing any disrespect toward my parents, especially my mother, because my parents are departed from this world, and I miss them. Even they've been gone. One has been gone 20 plus years, and the other one's been gone nearly 20, and I miss them even to this day desperately. And they were people who were honorable, good people. So, not trying to disrespect them in any way, shape, or form. Come on, girl. I don't care what you see. We gotta go. Come on. Georgia, come on. But I have memories of my mother force feeding me at the supper table until I puked in my plate. And so I think that that contributed to this really terrible relationship that I have with food. And then my grandmother was the kind of person that if you came to her home, she always had good food. And she always had cakes and pies and some store-bought, some homemade. And if you didn't eat it, it would offend her. Okay, you came to her home, she wanted to show you hospitality, and as a sign of respect, you needed to accept that hospitality. So I think that I learned to view those kinds of foods, the sweets, as something comforting, because it was very comforting to go visit her, and to be pampered and everything the way she would do. So between the two rival things going on in my life with food, on the one hand being force-fed, on the other hand also being force-fed in a way, I learned that you don't leave an empty plate. That's wrong. So for years I have, even when I'm stuffed, I'll still continue to eat and clean my plate because there's something in my head that says I must. And then I've also learned that sweets are something that, to be valued and to be consumed, because that's something that my grandmother instilled in me. And I love her. I loved her too. Okay, so don't get the wrong idea there either. But I have tried really hard with my own children to make sure that they never feel compelled to eat. I want them to eat when they're hungry, and I want them to eat the foods that, obviously I want them to consume healthy foods, and I provide plenty of healthy options for them. But I'm also not going to be like, I don't force feed. I don't enforce clean plates. I don't shame for not liking this or not liking that or preferring this over that kind of a deal, because I want them to have a healthy relationship with food, unlike what I have. So, even when you're on a GLP1, if you are dealing with unhealthy relationships that you have developed with food over the years, that doesn't just go away. That's my whole point with telling you that story. And so that is a struggle that I'm continuing to have. And I'm not sure, like I said, it's a struggle. And one thing that I've learned over time, and I don't want to wax all philosophical here or anything, but nothing changes if you give up. So, yes, I'm struggling. And yes, I'm having trouble getting the scale to tip down. Come on. And yes, it's frustrating. Very frustrating. But if I give up, it'll never change. So I'm not giving up. I may not always be rowing the boat in the right direction, and I may not always have the answers, but I'm always trying and I'm always looking. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep looking and I'm going to keep trying, and eventually I'm going to conquer this. I don't have to be supermodel thin, you all. That is not my goal. These folks that I see who are using GLP-1s, Come on, let's go back the other way so that we'll stay in the light. These folks that are using GLP1s and getting really, really like ultra super thin, that is not my goal, okay? I mean, I don't know if that was their goal, but it is not my goal. And I've seen a few friends, people that, a couple people come immediately to mind that I had not seen in a little while. And then I ran into them out somewhere, and they have been on a GLP-1, and they look skeletal. And that's not a good look. And so that's not my goal. So, the fact that I'm not losing bothers me. But the fact that I'm not losing surprisingly fast or anything, or that, you know, I haven't gotten down to scarecrow size, that does not bother me. That isn't my goal in the first place. I want to reach a weight where I just feel comfortable in my own body, and I know that a weight that protects my health. That's my goal. And so if that means losing another, I mean, listen, I could lose 100 pounds, okay? I know that I can't get this to tilt the way I want it to so that I can show you more of myself. But I know that you all can't see me, but I'm a big girl. And so I could lose 100 pounds and I probably still wouldn't be skeletal. But listen, if the best I can do is another 30 or 40, but that puts me at a place where my health is in less jeopardy and I am comfortable in my own skin, then that's going to be fine too. I just know I can't stay right here where I am. Come on. I got a dog here who just wants to keep stopping and staring. I don't know what she sees. Girl. You're kind of freaking me out a little bit. Come on. There's no telling what she sees. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. All right, so before I go, I have to tell you, okay, I got a new phone. My old phone would not allow me to switch views, and this new one does. And y'all, I think it's the coolest thing. I know some of you think she's nuts. But, so I'm going to show you my dogs. I'm going to switch where I am. And then, if it'll let me show you, let me turn around here. Come on. Come on. Let me get them back in front of me. Come on. Come on, babies. Come on, let's go this way. They're like, Mom, what are we doing? So, that's Charlie, who walks with me. And Georgia, who goes walking with me. Hey, Georgia. And where I am right now, let me see if I can get this to line back up. This is where I am right now, so that you all can see a little bit. This track goes. This is an old ball field. It doesn't get used for ball anymore. Y'all can see, too, it has lightened up a bunch since we've gotten here. Like I said, we're not going to get to see the actual sunrise because we're going to have to go pretty soon. But it really does look nice out. Or it's starting to look nice out. And it feels really nice. But the track goes way around. It follows this big circle that goes around this ball field here. And there's a creek that runs all along that tree line that you can see. And that creek is what causes the flooding. So that gives you an idea of where I am this morning, where I'm walking. I'm going to get one more lap in before I have to go home and jump in the shower. And I appreciate you all coming along with me this morning. and walking with me and listening to me ramble on. I tell you what, just send me your positive thoughts if you don't mind. If you have enjoyed this, or if you wouldn't care to, please like, share, subscribe, all the things. And hopefully we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.